Hey guys, welcome. Julie here. Today I wanted to go ahead and make a video talking about everything I plan to read in the month of June and what I am currently reading. Yeah, I'm really using these videos to hold myself accountable for reading. I have this like YouTube holding me accountable, as well as like my notebook, my reading log. Yeah, I don't really like Goodreads. I find it really, like, I don't know, I guess annoying. So YouTube and my notebook are my foundation for my updates and my feelings and my thoughts about books. So yeah, I'll go ahead and start with the books first, and then I'll get into the comics. I'll go ahead and timestamp them, so if you want to just go ahead and jump to the comics I'm currently reading, I'll put a little like time mark here. Okay, so the first book I'm reading is gonna be Wrath of an Exile by Monty J. I am a huge fan of the Hollow Boys series. I think that was like the first indie dark romance author I discovered, and I absolutely loved her. Yeah, so the Hollow Boys are essentially this group of boys that are really looked down upon in their town, and nobody in the town really likes them. They all are rich and I guess like troublemakers in a sense, or what the town deems as troublemakers, but each book in the Hollow Boys series follows their like, I guess, their relationship as it grows and how they meet their partners. And Wrath of an Exile is actually their kids, one of their kids' stories. So this follows Rick Van Doren and I forgot her name, but their child story, and I really like this one. I am having a really good time reading it. There's something about Monty J's writing that I really love and resonate with. There's always some like really messed up thing happening as an underlining plot, but discovering the characters and how they're feeling is just something that I really love, and she never strays too far away from like how the town was built. And yeah, I really like that. I really love her characters. I think the characters in each of her stories are really what drives me to continue to pick up more of her work, because it's just, I don't know, there's something about like misunderstood people that I really love to read about. So yeah, Wrath of an Exile. I will go ahead and talk more about the plots when I do my wrap up, because I don't want to like say the plot and then what do I have to talk about in the wrap up other than how I felt about it. So I'll be talking about everything there. I'm just kind of giving like a brief overview of what I'm reading. Yeah. Okay, next up I am reading Iceland, and this is a novel by Jim Caruso. This is something I am having a really fantastic time reading and annotating. I really love it. It has this weird, cunning humor that I am just unfamiliar with, but I can't really seem to stop reading it. I'm like really intrigued by the words that the author is using, as well as like the way he is creating the characters while I read them. I don't know, it's really fun to read something when you're unfamiliar with it, but it's like just new to you and you really like it. And that's what this book is. This follows a man named Paul, and he had this one-time encounter with a girl, and the whole book is just him remembering the moments he spent with the girl while he's going through his day-to-day life. But he's just like this weird, awkward person, and he's very introverted, and just like his inner dialogue is so funny, and I really like that. So yeah, that's Iceland by Jim Caruso. I picked this up for $3 at Book Off, and I seen it on my shelf and I was just like, it's time. It is your time. Iceland by Jim Caruso. Okay, The next book I am reading, I am currently on chapter 5. It's going to be Howl's Moving Castle by Diane Wynne Jones. Yeah, I am a really big Studio Ghibli fan. I love the movie Howl's Moving Castle. It's not my favorite Studio Ghibli. My favorite is Ponyo, but Howl's Moving Castle is like top 5, and I really wanted to read the book because I watch the movie pretty often where I'm just like, let's see if the book strays away a little bit from the movie. And somebody put in I don't know where I seen it. I think it was like a comment or something like that, but somebody had put that the movie is actually Howl's point of view, and then the movie is Howl's point of view and the book is actually Sophie's point of view. And I have to agree, Sophie is such a badass in this book. I really love her. I love how she portrays Howl. I don't know, it's just really interesting to read a book, and it's like parallel to the movie but not exactly. Yeah, I really like this. I think it's more of a comforting read, so when I am kind of a little exhausted when reading the more like character driven, really like the plot is pretty heavy, I picked this one up because I just think it's really like comforting to read. Yeah, this is Howl's Moving Castle. Sophie is a hat maker and she unfortunately is cursed, and she goes to find somebody who could help her take off this curse. I feel like that's like pretty one sentence. Yeah, that's a one sentence explanation of what this book is. Okay, this is one of the books I started last month but I didn't finish, and I will be finishing this month. It's gonna be Beloved by Toni Morrison. I had read The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison and I really loved it. I think her writing, her work, everything is just so, it really grips you and it doesn't let you go, and Beloved is no different than The Bluest Eye in that regard. And I really love this. It follows a slave post Civil War, I think, and she is trying to create a life for herself with her daughter, and a mysterious woman comes, and yeah, I don't know how to really explain this. I will go ahead and explain it a little better in the wrap-up, but I'm having a really good time with this. Like I said, it's one of those books that is gripping me and it's not letting me go, and I'm right where I want to be. So yeah. Okay, so those are the 4 books that I am reading this month, and now we are going to go ahead and talk about the comics that I am reading. So some of these I've actually finished, but I'll just go ahead and include them as well. So Something is Killing the Children 45 and 46. One of you guys had recommended this in one of my older videos. You guys have commented this, and I seen it at my comic book store and I said, what the hell. I don't know how far back I have to go because I actually started at number 46 and then I picked up 45. So I'm gonna go ahead and reread these, but like in chronological order, so that way I could, I don't know, be more aware of the story. But if any of you guys know how many of these I have to pick up to get the complete story, please let me know. If not, totally fine, I'll go ahead and look it up. I really like this. I think the artwork and the characters are really something that is going to go ahead and make me continue to pick up the comics, because I don't know, there's something about certain characters. I'll go ahead and give like my favorite character descriptions in another video, but I really love and enjoy reading about a certain type of character that kind of resonates with me a little. I think that's how it is in some books and some stories. You just really like seeing a little version of yourself or some characteristics of yourself in a character, and I think that's what makes a story a little more intriguing and interesting to read. So yeah, my cat will not stop trying to bust down the door. One second. Yeah, I have Something is Killing the Children 45 and 46, and yeah, I'm really enjoying these. The next one I plan to read is Avatar: The Last Airbender, Azula in the Spirit Temple. This is such a beautiful cover. It's one of my favorite of the comic book series. I really love Azula. She is one of my misunderstood characters. I think people really downplay her role in Avatar. They kind of just see her as a villain, which I understand. Like, you know what, she did some stuff that's not really cool, but there's so much that I could say about her character that I love. Yeah, I don't really see aspects of myself in her, but I would love to. She is freaking a baddie, and she did care. She just didn't know how to properly care. Yeah, that's I will be reading this. All right, let's see. Ooh, okay. So the next comics I finished one, but I am reading the second one, and that's gonna be Leonide the Vampire, The House of Yonda. This is by Mike Mignola, Rachel Oregano. Okay, alright, I'm not sure. That doesn't sound right, but I don't know how else I would pronounce it. Anyway, Dave Stewart as well. Yeah, so these comics I picked up, they look really spooky. There's always something about like a spooky Wednesday Addams looking vampire that is just always gonna capture my little emo teenager heart, and I'm gonna want to read it. So yeah, I really like this. I think it's interesting and I love the artwork, and yeah, I'll go ahead and talk more about it in my wrap up. Yes guys, this is pretty much super cool. I got the cover I wanted in the Phantom of the Opera issue 4. This is what living is all about. Getting comics in the cover you want. That is, yep, that's what it's about. So yeah, I will be reading the last edition of this, and then I am gonna go ahead and pick up more because I seen in the back that they actually have Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Invisible Man, and of course Phantom of the Opera. And I believe Blood of the Wolfman is going to be coming out, so I'll go ahead and keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I already have The Invisible Man number 1 and 2, so I'll go ahead and pick up the others, but I will go ahead and continue with Wolfman. I think it's really fun to pick up comics when they're coming out because you have something to look forward to. Well, at least speaking for myself, I have something to look forward to and like a reason to go to the comic book store. Not that you need a reason, but sometimes it's just nice to have one. And yeah, so Phantom of the Opera issue 4. I'm a little sad to like finish the series. Yeah, it's my first little Universal Monsters comics that I have read and completed, so a little bummed, but it's alright. Bittersweet feelings are okay. Alright, the last comic I have that I read, I don't know much about it, and I am gonna be very honest with you guys, I don't know how to pronounce the title, but that's gonna be this comic. And is it focusing? I'm hoping it focused. Yeah, this is by Keanu Reeves, Susan Butler, Alicio Avaloon, China Miville, and Sarah Cuomo. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say light draws breath. This looks really cool. I already seen that it's in a hardcover edition, so I don't know if they're coming out with the standard issues like little by little, but this is the only one I saw at the comic book store. So yeah, I really like it. I breezed through it a little bit, and I love the artwork, and I love the art in general. It looks like it's probably going to be a little funny, but it also might be a little not funny. So yes, I will go ahead and keep you guys updated on what I think of this comic once I've read it. But if anybody has any information that is of course not spoiling the story, please let me know, because you guys tend to like tell me like a deeper underlining thing that is happening with the comic that I really appreciate. Like, it's really impressive, like, that I actually have people that like are teaching me some comic book ways. So yeah, this is everything I am currently reading and everything I will be reading in the month of June. I don't know, it's keeping me going. I really like reading. I really love comic books. So yeah, I don't think there's much else to say, but if you guys are reading anything, and of course if you recommend me any comic books, I would love to hear, and I really do appreciate it. Sometimes I just don't reply to comics because like I don't know what else to say other than like thank you. But yeah, I will be here if you guys have any recommendations, any thoughts, any feelings. Like I said, I really appreciate anything you guys like to tell me. Probably not hate or misogynistic comments, those I could do without. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and thank you guys so much for joining me.